Hi there, I'm Math Mom. It's been many years since I've made a video. The boys are grown up, one's in high school, the other is in grade 8, but I thought that you and I could still talk about math. And today I'd like to talk about dividing by a fraction. So there are a couple of things that you already know. Any number, any whole number, has a denominator of 1, but we never write that because it would take up way too much space. We just write the whole number. The other thing that you already know is that any number divided by itself is equal to 1. Any number divided by itself equals 1, including a fraction. So if we have 1/3 divided by 1/3, any number divided by itself equals 1. So how do we get this? We have our fraction divided by itself. The first number we leave as is. The division sign changes to multiplication, and the second fraction becomes inverted, flipped upside down. 3 in the numerator, 1 in the denominator. Now we simplify this. 3 goes into itself once. We have 1 times 1 in the numerator, 1 times 1 in the denominator, which equals 1. Okay? Now let's do an example here. What if we have 4 divided by 2/3? Now the first number we leave the way it is. Our division sign becomes multiplication, and our fraction is inverted. 3/2. Now our whole number has a denominator of 1 multiplied by our second number, and this we can simplify. 2 goes into itself once and into 4 twice, and we're left with 2 times 3 in the numerator, 1 times 1 in the denominator, and our answer is 6. Okay? Now let's do another example. If we have 5/12 divided by 3/4, our first fraction we leave, this is 5/12. The division becomes multiplication, and our fraction is inverted. 4/3. Now we simplify this. 4 divides into itself once and into 12 3 times. In our numerator we have 5 times 1, and in our denominator we have 3 times 3. Okay? Good. Now, what if we have mixed numbers? No problem. Let's do 1 3/8 divided by 2 1/5. Mixed numbers, a whole number and a fraction. The first thing we're going to do is convert both of these into improper fractions. So 8 times 1 is 8, plus 3 is 11. Divided by 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11 over 5. Now we just follow the same rule. Our first number we leave, division becomes multiplication, and our second fraction becomes inverted. 5 in the numerator, 11 in the denominator. Now we can simplify this. 11 goes into itself once, In the numerator, we have 1 times 5. Denominator, 8 times 1 as our answer. Okay. Now, last example is just going to have a bunch of numbers together. Actually, I can leave that there. So let's do 4 2/5 times 6 over 11 divided by 1 4/5. The first thing we're going to do is convert our numbers into improper fractions. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22, times 6 over 11 divided by 5 times 1 is 5, plus 4 is 9 over 5. Now, let's write everything again with our rule, changing the division sign into multiplication. So we have 22 over 5 times 6 over 11. Division becomes multiplication and our fraction becomes inverted. 5 in the numerator, 9 in the denominator. Now we're going to go through and simplify this. 11 goes into itself once and into 22 twice. 3 goes into 6 twice, and this becomes 3. Oh, and the 5s divide out. And in the numerator, we're left with 2 times 2 times 1. 2 times 2 is 4. And in the denominator, we're left with 1 times 1 times 3. And this is equal to 1 1/3. Okay, so when you're dividing by a fraction, what you have to remember is the division sign changes to multiplication and the fraction becomes inverted. Thanks for watching, and see you shortly. Have a great day.